Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your February 2016 General Tarot Card Read. My name is Dee, and with me today is my lovely friend Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you guys so much for all of your support, for your likes, and for your emails that we've been getting, and just the subscribing and all of those things that you guys have done to support us and the positive input we've received from you guys. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be here with it if it wasn't for you guys. So we appreciate you. Now, this being a general tarot card read, there are still three reads in it. We're going to do Lucy's read, we're going to do my read, and then we're going to do a combined read. And we also have two oracle cards, one of which we're going to do a little different. We're going to start that off for you guys, read you the oracle card first, and then we'll follow up with the one at the end. That being said, if this doesn't resonate with you, I would seriously look at your sun and your moon sign. And if you don't know what your sun and moon sign is, in the bottom the description, I've given you guys a link to a free site where all you have to do is plug in the day of birth, where you were born, and what time. And even if you don't know the time, there's a default one. And that should tell you your sun and moon signs so that you can get kind of a better idea, because one of those might resonate with you a little bit better than what this does, depending on astrology and all that stuff, which we're learning. It's just kind of interesting. Tarot's more our thing, and yet we're learning all these different things too, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to let Lucy read this particular card. It's called the Dragon's Lair.
You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You are about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you are on now is the one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are awaiting to be discovered.
I think that for you guys, this month is all about emotions and relationships, and it's about living your life to the fullest. There are so many people that get caught up in the little details that they forget to appreciate what they have and to look at the good things and then live your life instead of focusing on the little things that can get you down. So this month, Sagittarius, you're being called to open up and live your life. Take some chances, break some rules, have happy accidents, and just go out and live. So a lot of these cards really show that, and we'll get into that. So we're going to start off with the two cards that we pulled from your February part of the year read. So we'll start with Lucy's. And for the month, she received this card.
The Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is all about stability, triumph, and celebration. As you can see, it shows a family in a field with blossoming wands around them. It can indicate any sphere of your life, just about. Your family relationships, your friendships, your work relationships, your work. It's just a good card of celebration and stability in those areas of your life. Okay? Now, the Knight of Swords is swift-moving energy. Now, this card reminds us to use discrimination, and it also lets you know that you're going to need some strength, because you can see by the owl there and the upraised sword that it's lighting the way for you to face up to the situations as they truly are, the challenges that you're going to meet ahead. It can be a very emotional card. You can feel chaotic at times with this card, but know that you have the inner strength to meet the challenges that are coming to you and to ride with the changes that this card is going to bring.
It's funny too, because we've gotten this card. This month is probably in about 9 of the zodiac signs.
It's all over my spreads for myself. It's just, he's everywhere.
Yeah, this month is all about the swift energy and the changes that are coming. I think it's just everywhere right now. Okay,
Now this is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is kind of like your head's in the clouds. You've got so many choices for decisions that you could make that you're having a hard time making the choice. So what I would suggest here is that you sit down and do a list. It'll help you clear your head. It'll help you focus on what is the right decision for you. Take your time, okay? Don't be impulsive with this card because you don't want to make the wrong choice. Now the Eight of Wands is also, this is swift moving energy with the Eight of Wands too. It's good news. It's a very auspicious card. It's activity and excitement. It can show travel. It can lead to, say you've had setbacks or you've been waiting for something and there's been delays. Well, the Eight of Wands shows you that the energy that this card brings, those situations are going to come to their fruition. Now, the Five of Wands is about conflict, petty squabbles, little arguments, things that just kind of nip at you and bite at you on the way. So try to don't feed the fire, okay? Be diplomatic in your conversations with other people. Be the one that they turn to for a cool head, all right?
So when you're going from the energy of the Knight of Swords into all of this, I think that for some of you, you're going to have to feel like you need to make decisions in haste because of the energy of the Knight of Swords you have at the beginning of the month, and there is going to be a lot of energy for you guys this month.
There's a lot of energy in there. Yeah, there is.
You know, there is an element of caution that you need to have this month, but again, you've gotten the Dragon's Lair, which again talks about really living your life. You know, sit back and look at what your choices you can make, but really go ahead and take a risk once in a while. You know, you need to have that. You've got all of that energy coming from those particular cards too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a calculated risk. I mean, it makes life exciting. It does. Mm-hmm. It truly does.
And you guys got an exciting month this month.
And if one decision speaks to you more than another, go with it.
Mm-hmm. Just listen to yourself. You need to listen to your body and what's going on. Okay, for my spread, I received the Seven of Swords for your overall card. Now, this talks about having like a hope falling. You feel like you're cheated on or wronged. Sometimes it can be something being stolen from you. So for some of you this month, you're going to feel like that things are just passing you by and that you're being cheated on, or and later on in the cards, I kind of even see that somebody is being cheated on, which is kind of interesting too. So just keep in mind that there's that element of sneakiness behind there for you guys, but don't let that overcome you and overwhelm you to where you're not looking at the good things going on in your life. Because you've got 3 major arcana in my spread, which is unusual too. But we start with the Empress. The Empress is all about unexpected blessings. It's nurturing. It's about a period of creativity for you. It talks about abundance. It can also mean motherhood. For somebody, you know, you might be pregnant and you've got all these creative ideas going on in your head, which I think is good too. But the neat thing about it is that it's sandwiched in between with the Lovers. And the Lovers is about emotional decisions. It's about love. It's about relationships. And I think that for some of you, there is going to be a creative period in some of your relationships. It's going to be a strengthening. It's going to be a mothering and a nurturing time for you this month. So really take the time to nurture those that you really care about and let yourself be nurtured, because this is a good beginning for you guys. There's a lot of things, and there are times where we don't appreciate the relationships that we're in. And I really think that you need to take the time to appreciate the ones that are around you and the people that you have, and be thankful for them. Next to the Lovers is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is about power. He's about cultivating leadership and stability in order to progress. He's about setting boundaries. He's about rules and regulation. He's the counterpart to the Empress, which is about fatherhood, where she's more about motherhood. He's about fatherhood. So I'm going to go into that a little further with the rest of the read. Let me do this one first. So then the Three of Pentacles is the last card that I pulled for you guys. And it's about taking your skills and making them profitable. It's about an expression of work and being fulfilled in the work that you are doing. It's about collaboration and focus. It's about taking the time to really put yourself into the work that you're doing, and that being recognized for it. So when you take all these cards together, I see that for somebody, you got a relationship here of a mother and a father. And I think that for some of you, you need to be working on your relationships with those that you really truly love, because I think that there's some emotional decisions that need to be made. But the fact that you're sandwiched before and after in this relationship with the fatherhood and the motherhood, it's a good thing. You just need to take the time to really bless each other and nurture each other, and focus yourself on the work that you're doing. Excuse me, I sneezed. And take that time to fulfill the work in your relationship, because this spread is all about relationships for you. So now we're going to take the read together. It's kind of an interesting one. So here's the third read. So the two cards together talk about the Four of Wands, which is your celebration time, and the Seven of Swords is feeling that there's some sneaky attacks going on and everything too. I think that for some of you, you want to celebrate, but there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. So you need to be careful this month and watch the relationships and the people around you. There is almost like I really feel that there's some happiness stolen out of this too. So just watch it and be careful this month, and don't let that element of deceit rule you to where you're not appreciating the things that you do have and focusing on the negative. Focus on the positive, because you have a lot of good things going on. Then in the first two cards, of course, is the Knight of Swords and then the Empress. And I really think that he's going to be a driving force of creativity for you guys this month. You're going to have that chaotic energy. You're going to have all these ideas coming at you, and you're not going to know exactly, you're going to almost feel scattered at times, because you've got all this good creativity and all these new beginnings going on, but you just feel like you're in a rush all the time. So take the time to sit back, be serene like the Empress, and just let yourself nurture those around you, and don't let this energy pull you along and rule you. Yeah. Then with the Lovers and the Seven of Cups, there's going to be some decisions that some of you are going to need to make in your relationships. Some of you are going to have to decide whether or not you need to be focusing more on work, or if you need to be focusing more on your relationship. For some of you, you're going to have to put one aside for the other. It's going to be an emotional decision time for you, unfortunately. But weigh your pros and cons. Look at the situation and take your time. Don't let the energy of the Knight of Swords push you to where you feel you need to make a quick decision, because this is a big one. And I really feel that even some of you might even be looking at, I don't like the word, but divorce. I really think that separation. In fact, I really feel that there's somebody out there that has it's not really an abusive relationship, but I really feel that their partner's in an addictive area. They've got an addiction that's ruling you, and you've been questioning this whole time. I would seriously sit down and weigh your pros and your cons. You should never be in a situation that's abusive at all. Don't do that. You need to protect yourself, and if there's children involved, you need to do that too. But you have to decide whether or not this is going to be something you're going to continue in, because I know you're getting weary, and I know that there's a lot of stuff going on for you. So you're going to have to get some counsel, because the next two cards and I see it this way, is the Emperor and the Eight of Wands. And I think that for some of you, you're going to feel pushed to make a decision right away, but you need to sit back and you need to consult somebody. And the Emperor isn't just he's the one that is the one that gives advice to all the other suits, and he can actually be a godly influence. So I think that for some of you, you might need to go ahead and look at getting counseling, whether it be through a religious institution for you, but especially when it comes to these decisions you're going to have to make in your relationships. And then I see this way with the traveling, and there's going to be some business advancements for some of you too, where your position is going to require you to travel now. And It's going to be kind of exciting. You've got some good things. So cultivate your leadership skills and move forward with that. Then the last two cards are the Five of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. And, you know, the Three of Pentacles is all about your work that you're doing and the skills and satisfaction in your expression. But I really feel that somebody in your workplace, you're trying to get your work done, but you got all this dissension going on around you. So focus on your work. Focus on what you're doing. Don't let the energy of the people around you that are fighting get to where you are not able to focus on your work, because you get satisfaction out of what you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get caught up in the petty squabbles that are happening around you. I almost see in a workplace, there's just a lot of gossiping and stuff going on, and you need to focus on yourself and not get caught up and swept up in the energy.
Be the one that steps back and keeps the balance and diplomacy so it doesn't escalate into something that would be really ugly.
Yeah, and we really see that. So you guys have a lot of emotional stuff going on this month, both at work and both in relationships, and there is going to be some chaotic energy, but take the time to nurture yourself, to nurture those around you. Appreciate the relationships that you have. And for those of you that need to make decisions in your relationships, feel free to seek advice. You know, this is something that might even feel overwhelming for you. It might be something that you've been thinking about doing for a while, and you just need to now make your decision because it's come to a head. I really feel that. So the card that we picked and we're going to end up with is another Oracle card, and it's called Follow Your Intuition. And go ahead, and it just talks about, that's okay. Well, basically, the seer is telling you, and she reminds me of the Empress, is just to follow your intuition, to listen to yourself and to listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you're questioning something and you feel like you need to make a change, sit back. Don't let the energy around you that maybe people are even telling you, you need to leave this person or you need to do this. You need to sit back and take the time and find out what you really want, because ultimately you'll be the one that's there holding the bag, and you'll have to, I keep getting a caution that there's somebody out there that you're at the point where you've about had it and you're like on your last rope when it comes to this relationship. So don't listen to what other people say. You need to listen to what you and what your body's telling you, and follow your intuition this month. And for the rest of you guys, you need to follow your intuition. You've got a lot of changes in your relationships and work and all of that, but do what you know, stay true to yourself, and it should be a good month. You got a lot of stuff, and live your life, have a good life, take chances, do some risks, but yet listen to yourself, and don't do anything that'll compromise yourself at all.
Absolutely.
I think that's pretty much it. If you like this, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have some comments, leave them. You know, we want to make this into what you guys want to hear too, and ways that we can help you. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, please put them there. So if not, we will be talking to you guys next month. So walk in peace, light, and love, and take care of yourselves.
Goodbye.
And live. Bye.